This issue of Life magazine recognized lots of different anniversaries, but the strangest was an aquatic celebration staged and photographed by Florida-based freelance photographer Red Morgan.
The picture that I conceived would be a birthday cake, an anniversary cake, in the foreground. I even saw it as a vertical frame. And perhaps a couple of dolphins, I didn't know, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 1, I didn't know exactly, coming up behind the birthday cake, smiling at me, wearing a party hat and sunglasses. That's how I had seen it in my mind. It's a pretty unusual image.
When you photograph stars, you have to do it on their schedule. That's why Red Morgan and his assistant had to get to the Miami Seaquarium early. Although some aspects of the photograph would be controllable, the main action, having the dolphins do exactly what he wanted them to do, was something that Morgan could not predict.
Good morning.
Hi. Hi.
How are you folks?
Good. Guys, we got visitors.
All 5. I love it. All right, here you go. I can grab this. Thank you.
Okay.
They look like they're ready.
You guys ready?
Do they know they're going to be stars?
Yeah, they know.
They're used to
They're
it.
always stars.
They're used to it. Well, what about if I jump in the boat and have Laura hand me the gear and then we'll go on across?
Okay.
All
Sounds
right?
good.
I'll get set
Go
up.
ahead.
Okay.
Don't try.
All right, good. Let me get squared away before you
I'll take the emergency
hand me
brake
this.
off.
Thank you.
Okay.
I've never been under dolphin power. This is a first.
Hang on.
From talking to the trainers at the Seaquarium by telephone, I could tell that if I worked with a group of dolphins that were fairly young, that I'd be able to do this. And they were not sure about the party hats. They had never, ever worn party hats.
My sea legs. Got it? Okay, thank you.
Whenever I work around salt air environments, I frequently will take a cooler, like an igloo cooler that you might take on a picnic. And I don't put ice in it, I just have the cooler itself, and I will fit camera bags with all my gear in it. I've used that extensively in different story situations. For instance, when we did the Life magazine assignment of the Flipper's birthday party, anniversary party, I put my camera bag with all the film and lenses and the 2 cameras and motors inside this igloo cooler and bungee corded it so it would stay shut, and in case anybody slips or trips or there's any salt spray being kicked around, even by the dolphins themselves in transit from the land out to the island where we took the pictures, it would be nice and safe. I would not get any salt on the gear itself. Down here, all you've got to do is just look at salt water and your gear is gone. I mean, overnight.
Another day in the life.
I had a Cuban bakery make up 2 different 2-tiered birthday cakes, decorated beautifully. And a funny thing happened. They misspelled anniversary in both cakes.
Oh, would you look at this? They misspelled anniversary. Don't you love it?
How about that?
Oh, we'll figure out something around that.
Being a typically resourceful freelancer, Morgan took care of the misspelled anniversary message by the judicious placement of one of the other props in the shot, a fresh herring.
Looks simply delightful if you were a dolphin.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good to me. I think we're ready to get this fiasco underway.
This particular picture was really a trial and tribulation technically. I was doing it outdoors. I did not need any auxiliary lighting because, number one, we would have a very limited time frame to work with these dolphins, and their attention span can be very short. The biggest technical problem I had in relating the dolphins to the cake was the exposure. I had fairly dark green, blue-green water. The dolphins are medium gray at best. and the cake was almost snowy white. So I had about a 2.5 stop exposure differential between the lightest part, the cake, and the darkest part, the dolphins in the water, in this particular image. And I really had to feather exposures. I had to take instant readings and know what the real exposure was, and then I had to open up slightly, knowing that the dolphins would be too dark, and the cake would be beautiful, but if you can't see the dolphins, it's strictly a missed picture.